Hi everyone, this is Maria and today I'm going to show you how to make a dollhouse recycling some of these boxes. So you're going to need some boxes, some empty cardboard boxes. They could be any kind. I've made these dollhouses before using the photo boxes from Michaels, but you can use shoe boxes or any kind of box. And as you can see, they don't have to be the same size. And so you're also going to need some paper because we're going to make a template, so it doesn't matter what the paper looks like. And then I have some scrapbook paper scraps here. Well, actually I had these. I got these at Joann's on sale a while ago. And I had this one. I found this in a stack. And so I'm going to use this for the roof of the house. The other thing you're going to need is some glues. I'm going to use a hot glue gun. You can also use like double-sided tape if you want. For the paper, there's some tacky glue. There's some of the stick glue. I like this Scotch wrinkle-free glue sticks, and so I purchased these at Joann's a while ago. I like to use that in scrapbooking. You're also going to need something for the flooring. I'm going to use this felt that I found at Joann's a while back, and so I purchased a couple of pieces, and you're going to need some scissors, a pencil, and a couple of straight pins. Okay, so let's get started. So let's go ahead and work with the large box first. I'm going to remove the lid, and I'm going to use a piece of paper because I'm going to make a template. And again, it can be any piece of paper. It could be marked on, it could be, gosh, anything, piece of newspaper, whatever you have on hand. And I'm taking my pencil, and I'm just going to outline the back of the box. Okay, and then you can see there's my template, and I'm just going to cut that out. So sometimes when I do this, I first go ahead and just follow the line, and then you might have to trim it just slightly to make it fit perfectly. And I'll show you how I do that, because I've done in the past where I cut too much paper when I trim it, and then I end up wasting paper. And so, okay, so I'm going to slide this in the back, and you can see that it doesn't fit perfectly in here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. And I'm just going to trim it slightly, you guys, just really slightly. So I'll show you right now. You can see it, I'm just barely going along the edge. Because you can always trim a little more, but once you cut too much, you know, then you can still fix it. You just have to patch it up a little bit. Okay, so you can see how thin these are right here, these little slivers of paper. And so let's go ahead and try it again. Okay, that fits a little bit better. So I'm just going to cut just a little bit more. There we go. I've been wanting to do this so long, you guys. I've had these boxes sitting here. And actually, I'll tell you why I put it off, because I was looking for some doll furniture that would fit this box just the right size. And I originally wanted to get the doll furniture at the Dollar Tree because I had seen it there before. But wouldn't you know it, when I was looking for it, I couldn't find it. I did find it online, so you can go to dollartree.com. But then I ended up going to Daiso, Japan, and I found some doll furniture there. Okay, it fits a little bit better, but I still want to trim it just a little bit more on this side. And it's okay if this gets all bent up, you guys, because this is just your template. And be careful with your fingers. Don't want to cut your fingers. Ah, that's much better. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, even though it's obvious that it's the larger box, but you know, I could, if I'm in a hurry, I could mistake it for the flooring. So I'm going to write here, back wall, large box, just so I know when I go to cut out my scrapbook paper. Okay, so let's go ahead and just set that aside. And so now I want to do the same thing, make a template, but for the flooring. So I'm going to take another sheet of paper. I'm going to make a template. I'm going to just line that up along the edge. And I'm doing that on the back side too, right here. And so this is for the flooring. And then I'm going to go right along there. And so I'm going to go ahead and trim this one too. I just put the air conditioning on a while ago, you guys. It is so hot. It's in the 90s today, so It's not as bad as other days, but it does feel warm in here. And I do have the crock pot going with some beans in there, so it seems to make the house a little warmer. You see how this is not fitting perfectly, you guys? So we're gonna trim it along the edge. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that in again. Okay, it fits a little better, but see how it's bowing, so it's not fitting perfectly? So I'm just going to trim it again, just along the edge here, until I get it how I want it. There you go. I like that a lot better. But look, you guys, you can see that there's just a little bit there that needs to be trimmed. And so I'm just going to trim that ever so slightly. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that in, and that's much better, you guys. Okay, so now we're going to do the side walls, but first I'm going to mark this, and let's go ahead and put floor and large box, so there is no confusion. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Now I have enough paper here. I'm going to turn this over because I want that straight edge that I hadn't cut into. I didn't want it to be raggedy. Okay, so I'm going to move this up so you can see this a little better, hopefully. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing. And then we're going to do the same thing with the small box, you guys. And so I'm just going to trim this, cut this out, and then trim it. Oops, there goes the rolling pencil. So I've been watching Netflix, you guys. I'm going to tell you, I watched a series called Stranger Things. I think I first saw it like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, whenever it came out. And so I had totally forgotten that it was going to come out on Netflix. And then one night I thought, well, what's on Netflix? And there it was, Stranger Things. And I was so excited, you guys. And so I thought I'd watch a few episodes. My husband watched a couple, like 2 or 3 episodes, then he went to bed. And I thought, well, maybe I'll watch one more. And so I ended up binge watching Stranger Things, you guys. And so until 2 in the morning. Yeah, it's so good. I mean, once you watch it, you'll want to watch it again. It sort of had that Goonies feel, you know, the movie Goonies. And also sort of a Stephen King kind of feel, like in the movie It. And so, yeah. I also got like a Monster Squad kind of feel. Okay, I think there's a little piece there that I need to trim. Yeah, not much though. Just take your time when you're doing this, you guys. Right now, I'm kind of rushing it for the video. There you go, fits perfectly. And so let's go ahead and mark this one. And we'll put a side wall. Large box. Okay, you guys, so we have our templates for the large box. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. There we go. And so we're just going to do the same thing with this one, you guys. We're cutting out the back wall, and then we'll go ahead and do the flooring just like we did with the other one, and then the side wall, and then I'll fit them all just the way I did before. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing with the roof, because you can see the roof has the word Starbucks and this big gold label. And so I found this one piece of paper, you guys, in my stack. And so I'm just going to go ahead and let me see. Let me turn it this way. And I'm just going to use my pencil. And you can do this on the reverse side also, the paper, but I'm just going to do it this way. In fact, I'm not even going to make a template for this. Just going to go ahead and mark that. Okay, so I have one sheet of paper. So I'm going to take the smaller box lid, and I'm going to do this on the other side. And there's enough space here, so it's great. One piece of paper. In fact, you don't even need to cover your roof if you don't want to. And so it's optional. I'm just going to do it to cover up the Starbucks name and also the gold label. So now I'm going to cut the flooring for my dollhouse, and I'm going to do that with this felt. And so I don't want this to move around. You can see it will slide around easily, and so that's why I'm going to use these pins. You can also use a piece of Scotch tape, you know, just to put on the bottom of this and stick this on. Just something to adhere this to the felt, and so it doesn't slide around. I really love this pattern on here, and I think that's why I bought it. It's just so pretty. That looks perfect, you guys. And if there's like a rough edge there, you can always turn it around so it has the smoother side there. Okay, so I have the flooring pinned down for the smaller box, and we're gonna do the same thing. So the flooring fits really well on the side, but you could see I trimmed a little bit too much right there. You could see the red from the box. But when you glue that in, you can just pull that up a little bit. So now we're going to do the walls. And so here's the back wall for the large box. And I'm going to take my pencil and just trace around the template. Now to go along the side of the wall. And then we're going to cut this out just like we did with the others. I love this paper, you guys. It's so pretty. Oh, I just need to trim it just a little bit. Okay. Ah, fits perfectly, you guys. I love this. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take my template and trace around again. Now this time I'm going to need 2 of these since we have 2 side walls. And then we're going to fit it into our house. So you see, I do need to trim there, and I do need to trim on the bottom just a little bit. Okay, so there's one of the side walls that's complete. And so let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so there we go, you guys. We have all of the walls, but they're not glued in yet. So let's go ahead and do all of the walls for the small box. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing for the small box. Now remember, if you have a patterned paper, you want to make sure you're going in the same direction. So now that the scrap paper is fitted to the walls of both boxes, let's go ahead and start gluing everything down. So I have my Scotch wrinkle-free glue stick, and so I'm just going to take the lid off, and I'm going to put the glue on the back of the paper, and then put these on the walls. Actually, I probably should have glued the larger piece first. In fact, let me go ahead and do that, you guys. I should have done that first. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some glue on here. This is a really sticky glue, you guys, but it won't come off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this in to the back wall. I'm going to use my knuckles here because I have that sticky glue on my fingertips. There we go. That looks so pretty, you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this one, the one that I had already put some glue on, and I'm going to set this right in here. And so there's that one. I'm going to go wash my hands so I can go ahead and put glue on the next one. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing with this. Ta-da! There it is, you guys. And so it looks really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing with the smaller box. So the scrapbook paper is glued down to the smaller box. So let's go ahead and put the flooring in next. So now I'm going to glue in the felt flooring, and I'm going to use this tacky glue. And the reason I prefer to use the tacky glue for this part is because I can move the flooring around the felt just in case I don't like the way it's fitting. And if you put hot glue, then it's going to adhere really quickly. So now I have my glue on my felt, so I'm going to carefully turn it over, and I want to glue it right in here on the flooring. So I'm going to take my time and do that very carefully. I'm just going to turn this around while I do this, you guys, because it is a little messy. And remember, tacky glue, it also dries clearly, you guys. So even if it looks messy while you're doing it, it won't afterwards. There you go. See, there's a little bit of glue there. Just going to wipe that up with my finger. I really like this, you guys. So let's go ahead and do the same thing with the smaller box. So now we have the glue on the smaller piece of flooring. And so we're going to do the same thing and set this right inside the box. And you can see where I have it, and so I'm just going to move that back. I just wanted to show you how you can maneuver it a little bit, and then just press down with your finger along the edges, just like that. And then you want to take your fingers and just sort of smooth it out and press it down a little. There you go, all done with the second one. Okay, so this is the easy part. We're just going to go ahead and glue the paper to the roof. And so let's go ahead and do that. And so we're just going to glue that just like that. And so that's pretty simple. And like I said, you may not even need to put a paper on your roof because, you know, you may be using one of those boxes from the from Michael's or Joann's. Those photo boxes are really nice, you guys. I love them. You could even draw shingles on there, you guys. I was just thinking that you could take a marking pen and draw shingles. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue this to the top of the box. Have some glue there. Now this glue, like I said, is a lot stickier. Way stickier than tacky glue. There's one side of the roof. And so let's go ahead and do this side right here. Yay, we have our roof. So let's go ahead and glue it together with the hot glue gun. Okay, so now I'm going to use my glue gun to glue the roof together and the rest of the house. So if you're a child, you should have an adult help you with this, okay? And so I'm going to flip these over. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lids of the boxes and I'm just going to, you can see I'm going to tuck it into this side and where the corners are. So I'm going to put glue on the bottom of this box and maybe just a little bit right there. So let's go ahead and do that. And make sure you keep your fingers away. I'm moving my fingers down because, oh my gosh, you guys, if you've worked with hot glue, you know what I'm talking about. When you burn yourself with this glue, it's so hot. So you can see it's cooling down. Okay, so now we have our roof, you guys. Isn't that cool? So now I'm going to take the two boxes, and so whatever size the boxes are, even if you have two of the same size, you're going to do the same thing. And so I'm just going to put one on top, and I'm going to hot glue it down. Now you can see this box is smaller than the other one, so you can do whatever you want. You can put it in the center, you can put it on the other side, but I decided I'm going to put it right there. So let me go ahead and glue that down. And also, if you notice, there's the barcode here, so I wanted to make sure that that was on the bottom of the box. You can see how hot this glue is. It's been heating up for a while. I mean, I can see the steam. So be very careful, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around for a second, and you can see where I'm just going to glue, set the box on top and glue it down. So there it is, and I'm going to press it down. I'm going to turn this over so I can press it a little bit better. See if I can show you. And again, I can feel the heat of the glue coming up, but at this point, there's the cardboard between and also this felt, so it's not going to burn me. This looks so cute, you guys. I love this. Okay, so there we go. There's the base of our house. So here's my roof. And so I decided that I wanted the larger lid to hang over this part of the dollhouse. So it's going to look something like this. And so let's go ahead and hot glue this down. So I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to mark where I want this to land. And so right on the edge of the box. And so let me go ahead and do that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to run it along the edges, and then I'm going to take my roof where I have my pencil markings, you can see them right here, and I'm going to lie the box down and I'm going to be able to see those pencil markings and I can line it up more easily. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue here. Be careful that it doesn't drip. And so I'm going to do the other side also. Okay, so I'm going to lie this down And I'm going to line this up. So here's the finished dollhouse. I think it turned out really cute. I did have to re-glue the roof down, you guys, because I knew pretty quickly it wasn't going to stick. And that's because the position where I was standing, I couldn't see very well. So I had to get down on my knees and look up to see exactly where I wanted to put the glue. And so, but it's fine now. And so I really love this. It's nice and sturdy. You can see the carpet in there. The wallpaper looks really cute. You could put curtains in here with lace. You can also decorate it with photographs or pictures on the wall. That would be really cute. And so we have the living room, the bedroom. There's a little space up here like for an attic. And this could be like a little balcony or a little patio. I think that's really cute. This is the furniture that I purchased at the Daiso Japan store for $1.50 a set. Isn't this really cute? I just really love this. I had to drive to 2 Daisos to find all 3 sets. Once I found out there was a 3rd set and I was missing one, yep, I just went the extra miles. So the house is fully furnished now with the furniture from the Daiso Japan store. It just looks so cute. And I also added a lawn. It looked like it needed a front yard. And so all that's missing now is someone to live in the house. Looks like we might have a buyer, you guys. Rafaela, I didn't know you were in the market for a real estate. Okay, Rafaela, sold. Hey, looks like Rafaela has already moved in. Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy crafting and have a great day. Bye-bye.